Superb scene it is here at the event at Terra Nova for our second running here in central western Florida. It's a great pleasure to have you along for the 4-star short show jumping. This feature class of the weekend, and well, what an effort the team has put in to run it all. Has taken a titanic effort in the wake of Hurricane Ian that hit it, not directly on the Terra Nova site, but it was close enough to submerge the venue. Hats off to Shelley Page, Max Corrigan, the Herring family, Anna, Steve and Natalie, who have put in such tireless work, and the entire crew here to make this venue immaculate as it was prior to Ian and remarkably as it is now this afternoon. The hurricane, of course, has devastated the local community, and a superb initiative has been put on this year. It's particular support of the victims of the hurricane disaster. It is every hour that a volunteer donates time to the event at Terra Nova or to the CDI dressage, which runs for the first time this year. $20 donated by the event at Terra Nova to the relief effort. As you can imagine, with 65 volunteers or so, that is a serious amount of money that Terra Nova puts into the local community, as the clear-up is very much on here in Florida. Superb venture and gesture that is. We're lucky to run, and acknowledging the suffering of families, of livelihoods in our locality. Great to have you with us, and we will jump in number order, not in order of the dressage placings, but I can tell you it was stunning from Lucien Bellissimo under the eye of Peter Gray, the double Olympian. Peter, who just returns from the Worlds in Pratoni. He was a judge there to see the incredible goal for Yasmin Ingham and Banzai Duloir. And the German team goal again, it was right on the edge for Germany. Peter Gray was officiating there, and Lucien Bellissimo, under his guidance, leads the way. 30.8 is the best score after the first phase of yesterday. It is a lead at 0.9 only. Sarah Kazumplik is second. Rubens Dessous, 18 years of age, or 17, but in any case an old campaigner. Rubens is second, Saint-Français veteran, 31.7. And then comes Lucien Bellissimo again with Tremanton. It's a lovely sport horse. Tremanton bred in Great Britain, and 31.9 is on the podium. 1.1 penalties behind herself. Then comes the Swede. It is 4 nations coming in the feature class. 2 for the Brits. It is the 8 for the USA. We have Canada and Sweden on our start list. Going to be a slight delay to the start. It is going to be, in fact, 1/4 to the hour. So a little delay for us here. It's going to be in 8 minutes. There's Jenny Giles from Dennis in 4th position with Flower Girl for Sweden, 32.2. Then comes the big talent. He won the AECs back in the 7 years ago. That was the Texas Rose Horse Park with Atlantic Domino, his first national title. He's coached by Leslie Law, who leads in the other section, 3-star short. It's a big talent, Jacob Fletcher. Caught up with him briefly this morning. He's got to rebuild his string of horses over the winter. But I said to him, well, you've got all the ability. And exciting to see what Jacob Fletcher can do in the years to come. That is Fabian for him. And 32.6 there, scoring 5th place. Then Sarah Kozumplik again with a pair in the top 10. Rock Phantom caught my eye yesterday in the dressage. And 6th place for Sarah, 33.7. Then comes Mary Bess Davis and Imperial Magic. That is an 8-year-old. I sat with Mary last night briefly, and I said, well, that horse's record is extraordinary. It's a little machine, pint size, but boy, can jump both show jumping and cross country. And that is 36.7. Then comes a horse that I've already waxed lyrical for Paris in 2024, Commando d'Authry with Sidney Elliott. Really impressive yesterday. And again, the record, both jumping and cross country, is immaculate, 37.3. This is our start list to come in 6 or 7 minutes' time. That is Sidney Elliott on 37.3. Then comes David Cook, fresh back from the Pratoni Worlds with Mississippi. The Canadian Effie Glamour, really nice dressage test, 40.5 in 9th position. And then the thoroughbred Shakedown Street, who was a little bit unruly in the first phase yesterday. But Melanie Smith is our 10th place at the moment, 41.4. might as well do the top 12 with 12 starters. And John Michael Durr, he is 11th, 44.4 with Blue Rodeo. Wasn't a rodeo yesterday, but not the test he would have ideally liked. And our anchor rider is Anna Loschiavo for the home nation, 47.2 in 12th position. But just bear in mind, the top of our leaderboard from Lucien Bellissimo down to Sarah Kozumplik in 6th place is covered by one show jump. The top 6 within 4 penalties, so it's influential the course already. We've seen of William Robertson, the Kentucky course designer, and a slightly modified course for this 4-star short. I'll give you the rundown, a quick little whistle-stop tour of the course in just a moment, but I think it will be influential again. It's a beautiful main arena. The pavilion has been built in the last year, which is a centrepiece in between our show jump arena. Dressage, 2 rings yesterday for the dressage. The far side is the CDI dressage this morning. But what a hub we have here. So the course of William Robertson is as follows. It's a long course. We are extending the 3-star short by 45 metres. It's 480 metres, so 20 metres shy of the half kilometre, which is quite a long track. Bear in mind, these horses are yet to cross country, so that is why they should show jump better than if cross country was before this phase. They will open up this time over fence number 1. That is the Terra Nova Equestrian Centre vertical. It was fence 2 for the 3-star short, and then straight into a 7-stride related distance. Little dog leg run down to the Black Blue Oxa at the second. Ox is coming then at 2 and 3. It is a multicoloured white, purple, orange fence up at the top end of the stadium. Then comes the knife back turn to the musical vertical. Fence number 4 will come earlier. There's a little bit of a ramp up in difficulty for the 4-star. That's the black and white vertical. Then they will turn left-handed, and I think they're crucial. You maybe had a good start, but then just get the power back up after a tight turn in towards 4 to make sure you have momentum. Down to the first of the 2 combinations, that is the triple. 7 metres 80 between the vertical to the Oxa, 5A, 5B. That's 1 forward stride, B the Oxa, and then it's going to be 1 stride out. It's a 7, 90-metre distance, so slightly longer out after the Oxa, naturally. But again, should ride well, and Williams just given a 4th rail. He said he could have put 3 rails into the front of the fences just to trouble the horses more, but again, a little concession from our friendly course designer. Then they spin left-handed back to the Liverpool Water vertical, fence number 6. They'll then cut through then the Oxa, which is discarded in this fence in this round, and the last, or one of the later fences now, was the last fence in the 3-star. They'll cut inside to 7, that's the triple bar. Then they'll turn a little right-hander, 6 strides. It's a power fence at 7, the triple bar. Then a little delicate adjustment may be necessary. Down to that spied vertical at 8. It caused problems in the 3-star, and again, I would imagine we'll catch out 1 or 2. They'll then spin back through 180, second combination. Oxa in 9A, and it's an 11-metre 10, 2-stride distance down to the vertical. Quite airy, both of those fences, so again, cause a lot of problems in the 3-star before. I think that's a real concentration point of necessity. Then they'll run down 6 strides, comes up nicely, a little forward distance. If you had trouble in the combination, you could hold for 7, but I don't anticipate many will go down there. 9B to 10 on 7 strides, 6 is natural. And after 10, they'll cut back to the new final fences. It is the blue-white vertical. It's very airy. There's no ground line. There's a little assistance on the sides of the fences. The wings from William Robertson, just to help the horse visualise with his peripheral eyes the highest point of clearance required. Then a little left-handed run down to this Dalman Oxa. It's pretty tall and square at 12. Was certainly the horse with plenty of pop in the petrol tank to come home across the line, and 77 seconds is the time allowed, and we are all set for action. So superb to welcome our ground jury. Bobby Stevenson presiding. alongside Bobby, Amanda Miller and Debbie Adams. It's an all-US grand jury for the second event here at Terra Nova for 2022.
It really is.
As I say, 4 nations represented with the 12 combinations, 8 for the home side, 2 for Great Britain. Lucien Bellissimo's pair, and they are poised to attack in first and third, and the 1 for Sweden and the 1 for Canada. Dana Cook fresh back from the Worlds in Pratoni. The first jump, this pair very much in the mix, because I say they're within that 1 fence bracket. Top 6 covered by 4 penalties, and this pair, they lie in 6th overnight. So Kazumplik will show us a way around this. William Robertson track. This is Rock Phantom. Rock Phantom starting 33.7. Our 3 judges yesterday, an absolute synchrony. 66%, 67, 65, so unanimous agreement. It was a mid to middle high 60s effort in the dressage, and this horse caught my eye beautifully yesterday. Rock Phantom gets quite deep to fall, but has the carefulness of mind to escape. So Kazumplik, yeah, quite positive down the line. I thought would be okay, but just sadly flattening the vertical exiting. This time that is 5C. The first fence of the 3-star omitted. In addition to the end of this show jumping course, our sport horse now travels down to the second combination. A second rail sadly entering. This guy was produced by Nilson Maria da Silva. Good old friend of mine met Nilson up in Pennsylvania at Plantation Field back in 2011. It's a really superb Brazilian rider. Nilson Moreira, and Kazumplik is also over time. It's going to be 8 jumping and 2 time. It is a total of 10 for our trailblazer. Just approaching noon here. To the event at Terra Nova, Sarasota. So 1.6 time penalties it was, 8 jumping, 9.6 to add. 43.3 the final score after show jumping for our trailblazer. Now this is crucial. Straight off the bat, we turn to the round that is crucial this afternoon. Lucien Bellissimo it is we welcome. Diri, absolutely stunning dressage to lead 30.8. Impressing all of us, not least of course our crucial ground jury. Lucien started eventing in the UK in 2004, formerly Lucien Elms. That's from New Forest in Hampshire. He's got a lot of experience. He's produced event horses for sale for some 20 years for Horse Scouts, her company. A little rattle of fall, but we are intact. She recovered from a devastating car accident in 2018. 28 broken bones, absolutely stunning, and a superb recovery from Lucien. Mr. Lou was her former top horse. Took him around Blenheim a couple of times then. He travelled across the States with her between 2018 and 19. And Diri's on the edge here. Really attacking here, obviously trusting this bay, but the effort comes unstuck into the combination 9A. It's expensive. It's going to tumble out of the top 6. still Tremonton to come. This pair, they won Leesburg in Virginia. It was on the first weekend of October, but it's a second rail down. It's going to be 8 jumping and 1 time 9 it is for Lucien Bellissimo and Deary. So the dressage leader, I'm afraid, is unstuck out on the track of William Robertson. And 39.8 is the show jump two-phase completion score for our dressage leader. It is 9.2. 9.2. It is going to be a round score of 40. 40 for Lucien Bellissimo and Deary. The next to come, delights to welcome Sweden's Jenny Jarnström-Dennis, the new starter. This is Flower Girl. Next out on the course. Course proving as anticipated influential. Runs the Class Act farm. Has got a superb CV. She was shortlisted for the '96 Atlanta Olympics. 2000 in Sydney. Won by Blythe Sate and David O'Connor respectively. 6 times in the horse park at Kentucky. Flower Girl has got 4 4-stars under her belt. She was here for the inaugural edition last year, 6th position. Last year as well, Jersey Fresh, that was the long 4-star. This year, Red Hills and Stable View. Problems last time at Stable View, so let's hope they have done some good intermediary work as they prepare for Mark Phillips's beefy cross-country course tomorrow. Sweden and world and Olympic show jumping champions team-wise, quite sensational. Peter Fredriksson anchoring that gold in Tokyo. Then Henrik von Eckermann taking the double gold in Henning for the Equestrian Worlds in the autumn. What a nation. Sweden is, well, it always was, but on the highest world stages now, just showing the talent. And that is a good round for Jenny Jarnström-Dennis, just the 1 fence down. It's going to also be over the time out on the course. 77 seconds is proving demanding. So 1.6 time it was, plus the 4 jumping, 5.6 to add. 37.8 is the two-phase score for Sweden. We can't tell you the time will remain at 77 seconds, so you've got to come out at a really true 375 meter per minute pace to have any chance of avoiding the clock. Now this combination down the order. Joint back markers after the first phase. I know penultimate back markers after the first phase, 44.4 in 11th. Early strike, I'm afraid. That multicoloured oxer at the 3rd for John Michael Durr. This is Blue Rodeo travelling down to the early combination, comes fearlessly quick. This horse caught my eye yesterday as a galloper and jumper. Can't wait to see Blue Rodeo cast the anchor away across country and set sail around Mark Phillips's course tomorrow. Good round this. Also got a mind of his own, that's for certain, but you need that in a cross-country horse, that's also for certain. 3 down now out on the course, it's getting expensive. John Michael Durr will be quickly resetting his mindset and thinking towards cross-country, because this horse is going to be, I think, a great one to watch. So 77 seconds it is, and bang on the time. But it is the 12 penalties to add for Blue Rodeo. The final score for John Michael Doer. Adding the 12, it is going to be 56.4 after show jumping. The next to come is a big talent. He was out assessing this track with Leslie Law this morning. Leslie leading the 3-star. And what a talent Jacob Fletcher is. Started riding at 6 years of age. And he became the national champion. That was Atlantic Domino, the AECs in Texas Rose Park. It was back in 2015. So his talent is Stables a little bit depleted, but he'll be refilling it later this winter. Fabian sets out as we shy of clear rounds in this feature classes show jumping. Walk demanding and it's proving so in reality. Jacob Fletcher can move up very handsomely here. We still have Rubens Jussieu and Tremanton ahead of the American pair, but otherwise problems for both Lucien Bellissimo and Jenny Jarnstrom-Dennis, who were above Jacob Fletcher. The early work was done with Mike Huber for this talent. But sadly, that little right-hander between 7 and 8 is the first blip for this beautiful, powerful bay Fabian. Fletcher's got a canter that just oozes quality. Off the ground, got a little bit deep to the penultimate, but it stands. And Jacob Fletcher comes home. Good round, just fence, number 8. He is going to have, though, 0.4 of a time penalty as well. 78 seconds was his time, so it is 4.4 for Jacob Fletcher. And Fabian put them onto a round score of 37. It will move them just up ahead of Flower Girl and Jenny Jarnstrom. Certainly, again, will move him up ahead of Lucien Bellissimo and Deary, so Jacob Fletcher will go into cross-country in no lower position than 3rd place after the show jumping today. That is guaranteed. It depends on Sarah Kazumplik and Lucien Bellissimo still to start. But now, watch this little guy. He's a little legend. Imperial Magic is the new starter. Mary Beth Davis brings this great little galloper and jumper. Oi, oi, oi. Absolutely flies out over the second. This horse's record needs some consideration. He's 8, he's Anglo-European bred. He has had an incredible run. He's had 9 international starts. He's been 8 times within the top 10, only once out of the 9 outside of the top 10. He's been 5th twice, he's been 3rd twice, he's been 4th once. He's had only 2 show jumps down in his entire career internationally. The started just April of last year. You've got a 5-star horse on the course here. I can absolutely bet my bottom dollar on that fact. Comes down through the combination. Mary Beth Davis. She's pretty modest. I met her last night and I don't think she quite has, maybe she has swallowed the talent she's got underneath it, because I don't think next year will be a 5-star start, but it could be 2024. That is the beautiful clear round and bang on the time. That is exciting to watch. Imperial Magic will finish on 36.7 and will go up ahead of Jacob Fletcher, ahead of Jenny Jarnstrom Davis. And now that pair, they are going to be third and no lower into the cross-country. Again, their cross-country record is equally as good as their show jumping. Superb opening clear around the show jumping course here at the event at Terra Nova. Don't forget that name, Imperial Magic. It's got a bright, bright future. New starters, Dana Cook from Canada, rattled the first and heavy hit, I'm afraid, on the second. 4 penalties for that lady who returns with Mississippi from the Worlds in Platoni del Vivaro. Second fence within the first 4 for FE Glamour. Cook's problems, I'm afraid, are deepening here. Her partner James runs a superb embroidery company, embroidering anything equestrian, whether equestrian follows humans or horses in terms of rugs, numbers. It's a superb sideline. Dana and her partner, but her problems, I'm afraid. Score card is embroidered with 4 fences falling. 16 it is for Dana Cook. She travels with 2 to go. The Glamour, 4th season for Dana Cook, or with Dana Cook. Best finishes actually was the last outing at Leesburg in Virginia. They were 6th, but I'm afraid it is going to be 16 jumping, plus the 0.4 of a time penalty. 16.4 is the Canadian total. 56.9 is the two-phase score for Canada's Dana Cook. The leading score at this point in this second phase here at the event at Terra Nova for 2022 is 36.7 of the 8-year-old extraordinary from Imperial Magic. Mary Beth Davis out in front. There are only 2 scores that can go ahead of her. 31.7 over Sarah Kuzumplik and Lucien Bellissimo, second horse Tremonton. Of course, Anna Schiavo it is, and this is Fernhill, that's Guy Jack jumping. Anna hails from Bradford up to the north of the USA in Vermont. She started riding at just 3 years of age. Early teacher was Jane Hamlin, one of our best judges in eventing. Charming Jane, ever charming, but sadly 2 fences going. She approaches just over the halfway points. Schiavo's been with David O'Connor, training since 2015. Now runs Schiavo eventing from her initial home base in Bradford, Vermont, mid-May to mid-October, and then travels south with the eventers' migration down to a southern farm here, not too far away, Ocala, a couple of hours north of our base at Terra Nova. This is a lovely bright bay, white face. Big horse as well, reminds me a little bit of Cara O'Connor's super old campaign at Bico, one of my favourite cross-country horses of all time. Not dissimilar facially to the great Bico. And it's going to be 2 fences down. Time penalties as well, sadly, for the American combination.
First you have to say, well, you're twisting your knee because these muscles up here, this one's weak, this one's overpowering it, and then there's this cord down. The way you move it, all the players.
This horse, I was extolling the virtues yesterday. I think this pair could come into the selectors' mind if their form continues on the run towards Paris Olympics in 2024. Delighted to welcome this superb Grace Sydney Elliott. Not the caption on your screen. This is Commando DOS 3 on the early part of the course. It's a horse with a superb record, and Sydney's taken him steadily. He's 10 years of age, Self-Francais grey. His jump record is pretty impressive. He's had a couple of blips across the country.
I love a grey because that was my last.
It's a beautiful, powerful grey. Hind quarter. Engage the propulsion points over the show jumps. No surprises, he's the son of Nagano Sitter. Across to another good show jumping standing Cap Kennedy, Bois Margot. Self-Francais, bred by Maiva Hubrechts. Arches out over the triple bar at 7. You wouldn't know this horse has got the ground qualities for me. 14 horse. Lovely horse. Commando DOS 3 now turning towards home. Sydney Elliott travels down to the final fence, and that is a superb round again. It is going to be time penalties only. 2.8 it is on the clock, just containing the powerful Self-Francais power. Will cost Sydney on the time, but that is a horse of serious notes for the selectors, I think, in advance of future championships. Let's see what happens. 39.5 is the completion score after show jumping.
She's fast.
The next to come. This is the beautiful little thoroughbred. He was a character in the dressage yesterday, but Lonely Smith it is we welcome. This is Shakedown Street. That's on the early part of the course. Now 41.4 was their dressage score. They languished a little bit down in 10th of the 12 starters. Came before Robert Stevenson, Amanda Miller and Debbie Adams. Shakedown Street, though, sadly shakes down the vertical at 6. This gelding, he is 12 years of age. He started eventing in Hamilton, Georgia, 2017. He was second there, his inaugural eventing competition. He's going to add a second rail down into the double at 9A, so travelling on 8. Back towards the last 2 fences. They've had a good run of form over their career. Third fence, though, it is, I'm afraid, for Shakedown Street. The penultimate, and it is going to be a very quick round. He's raced around the sand here, but it is 3 fences down and 12 that Shakedown Street must add. We'll put them on to 43.4 after show jumping. The next to come, Imperial Magic, is our leading little horse at 8 years of age, and he's diminutive, I think, about 15-3 hands. He was the beautiful clear round for Mary Beth Davis for the USA. There are 2 that can go ahead of them approaching cross country, and this, the best place of those 2 still to start. 31.7, they lay in second after the dressage. So Kazumplik is on course. This, the old campaigner, Rubens Dussieu jumping. Sarah Pivotal, the formation of the international event here at Terra Nova. Along with Steve Herrick, Hannah's father. But I'm afraid mid-part of the combination 5B is already tumbled for Rubens. The story is that the Herricks went to a bed and breakfast. It didn't turn out to be too good. They swapped for a cottage. Below the cottage in the morning, they saw a herd of horses. Steve was curious and went down to ask about buying a horse. That was Skip, who started for Hannah, started her equestrian career. She evented, now does pure dressage, but it was that change of temporary overnight location that sparked this entire project, which is quite extraordinary. Good round, Rubens de Sioux comes home. It's a wonderful old 17-year-old, and just this one mistake just bellies that oxer. Lost a little bit of momentum mid-part of the early triple. Nice inside the time, just the 40 ad, and 35.7 will keep Sarah Kozumplik ahead of Mary Beth Davis. The challenger, who's storming up the leaderboard, will just be held off into the cross-country. Rubens de Sioux is our leader. With this pair to come, and this is the last of the four-star short show jumping. Lucien Bellissimo, we welcome. This is Tremanton, the last of this 12-strong division. Tremanton out of the Sport Horse of Great Britain's stud book. They have had 2 wins in their career. They won Tryon's 3-star short April of last year. They also won Lexington in Virginia May of last year. Their 2 3-star short victories. This would be their first 4-star short honour if they could jump a clear and keep Rubens de Sioux now out of pole position. Now, in fact, it was always going to be Tremanton behind, because 0.2 behind after dressage. Apologies for that oversight, but now Lucien Bellissimo in any case is going to tumble down behind, and further behind they will drop, I'm afraid. This horse produced by Cheshire's Hannah Bates in Great Britain. Lucien, who travelled across to the USA in 2018 to 19 to base her alongside her husband Mark Bellissimo. Well, 2 fences going for our anchor out on the course of William Robertson. It's taken quite an impact this morning. It is 8 for Tremanton and Lucien Bellissimo, and 39.9 is their closing score. That was their time, bottom of your right-handed caption. So costly for them. They were up, potentially going 0.2 behind Sarah Kozumplik onto cross-country, but there's 2 rails down, I'm afraid. It will spoil the plans for Lucien Bellissimo. So, ladies and gentlemen, the end of this 4-star short show jumping is reached. It does mean that Sarah Kozumplik is going to lead out onto Captain Mark Phillips's cross-country tomorrow. Best score, Rubens de Sioux, the old 17-year-old self-Francais grey. It is a very handy lead for Sarah Kozumplik. Confirmation will come through shortly. But well done to Sarah. She will lead out onto cross-country in our feature class here at the 2nd event at Terra Nova here in 2022. Beautiful afternoon we can now enjoy. A few clouds have drifted in off the Gulf of Mexico. It's a westerly breeze. It's picked up a little bit over the last hour, but we're set for a superb day of show jumping. We do have 2 more international sections to bring you. The next to start will be at 12:30. That is the 2-star short. Quite a quick turnaround. It may be delayed, that start. We added 10 minutes to the start time for this class. I would imagine it will be more like 25 minutes, but do stay with us for the remaining international classes. We then will go later into the national sections, with the open intermediate scheduled to start at 2:45 this afternoon, and the preliminary starting at 3:20. We will run through until about 4 p.m. this afternoon with national classes. The final confirmation of the scores will just be approaching. The team working hard here to give us the hard data in advance of cross country, so we can again reflect on our wonderful sponsors. And looking at our business sponsors, big thank you to Blaylock Walters, the law firm who provide high-quality, personal and comprehensive legal services to businesses and individuals. For more than 95 years, Blaylock Walters has remained dedicated to their legacy of giving back to the communities in which we live and prosper here in Florida. What I can tell you is the entire facility here at Terra Nova has been built by B&D Builders. B&D doing a wonderful quick construction after the initial event here last year. It's Gately Enterprises who market the estates that are available for sale here, so they are 5 to 20-acre packages that will be sold off over the next handful of years. So Gately Enterprises is your contact. B&D Builders are the exclusive building company that are retained here, both past, future and present, all by B&D, and they are proud sponsors of Terra Nova Equestrian Centre and the estates here at Terra Nova. B&D hail from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. They build fine custom equestrian facilities that will exceed your expectations. If you are here either later today or tomorrow, you can see their craftsmanship, creativity and attention to detail in every equestrian arena here and the buildings surrounding at Terra Nova. And as, again, if you are coming on site, you can visit their tent to start the luxury home, the horse barn, riding arena, or other equestrian project, that you have been dreaming of.
So when I have my high
Another company central to our sponsors is Boyd Insurance. Boyd approaching its 50th year serving the local community. Boyd, with their insurance and investments, will provide you with protection for life, with support through life's unforeseen circumstances for your home, business, employee benefits and other assets. Fifth Third Bank believe in giving back to the community, and they are proud to support Terra Nova Equestrian Centre in all of its pursuits. Thank you to Fifth Third Bank. Leibolds have been crucial to the entire facility here. They are an irrigation company, and their client list reads like a who's who of both golf and country clubs, from Hawaii to Pebble Beach, to Kennebunkport and to Augusta. Their clientele is world class, and they have worked hand in hand with some of the most world-renowned golf course architects, the likes of Pete Dye, Jill Hance, resulting in some of the most awe-inspiring landscapes. Now they are delivering that level of excellence to the equestrian industry. From Pebble Beach to Terra Nova Equestrian Centre, Leibold Irrigation keeps the course sport ready. And lastly, but by no means least, thank you to Sarasota Ford, proud sponsor of Terra Nova. Sarasota Ford is family owned and operated. It has been since 1995. As the area's largest volume dealership, it can offer its customers the area's largest inventory to choose from, with great prices, with an incredible experience. Sarasota Ford has also won the Sarasota Herald's Reader's Choice for 7 straight years as the best place to buy and service your vehicle. For more information, please visit them at sarasotaford.com.
a random P in a floor.
Plus, I can do stuff like this. Like, oh yeah, you want to go to Florida? Sure, man. It's 20 minutes.
I know. Like in LA,
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now confirm the position after the second phase for the four-star short format here. Second ever event at Terra Nova. This is the position. Sarah Kazumplik is in pole position with Rubens Dessu, the best score, 35.7. She did have one show jump with the 17-year-old great veteran, but by one penalty. And some 9 years, the junior, at 8 years of age, the Anglo-European sensation. Imperial Magic is second with Mary Bess Davis. Just one penalty exactly behind, 36.7. So within 3 seconds, looking to cross country tomorrow, 0.4 of a second, or penalty per second out of the optimum time. That is very tight. Then comes Jacob Fletcher. Again, had a 1 fence down and 1 time penalty for the 0.4 plus the 4. 4.4 to add for Jacob, 37 in third position. And then comes the Swedish challenger. Jenny Jarlström Dennis is fourth with Flower Girl, 37.8. Again, within 2.1 of the leading score. And then Lucienne Bellissimo. It was a tough show jumping round for the former Brit. Tremonton sitting on 39.9 in 5th place. And just 0.1 behind her own score. 6th place is Diri for Lucienne. Then we drop to the stunning Grey. He jumped clear just a handful of time for, I think, a horse of the future. Commander Dos 3 and Sydney Elliott. 7th position, 40.1. And then Sarah Kazumplik, who leads. That is another great finish with the Rock Phantom. 8th place for them, 43.3. 9th place, Melanie Smith and the Thoroughbred Shakedown Street. And a tie for 10th on 56.4 between John Michael Durr and Anna Loschiavo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Short break from the commentary. We will be back soon. That is going to be the third of our FEI classes. It was due to start at 12:30. I think that is optimistic, but do just bear in mind it could start in 9 minutes. I'm assuming it will be a little bit longer, the delayed start time, but no precise time yet here in Terra Nova. Just stay with us and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.